Hey there, YouTube. This is Chaos Reaper A7 again. I know it's been a while since I've updated, but last time when I brought you a couple of videos, one of them was what my Tidal Lancer Slushy deck looked like. And since then, I've actually changed the deck quite a bit around in anticipation for Nationals, and I'm pretty sure I've kind of finalized the build I'm going to take. So I'm going to show you this now, and then probably after Nationals, unless I scrub out really hard, and there's really not much to say beyond that, I'll post a how it went video after, when I get back. But let's get into the deck. We'll go, of course, our Frog Core, 3 swap, 3 dupe, and I've gone back down to 2 Ronin Totems. I'd like to run 3. I'd rather have 3. It's having 3 lets 2 extra plays, as well as having them more in your hand, so you can discard them with Tidal, as well as discard more waters with Swap Frog. But as I kind of need to just run what I need to run, and then everything else has to be like anti-meta attack or things that make just the deck more consistent, just kind of like slim down the way the deck works. I've gone back down to 2. Also completely dropped Poison Draw Frog. In a slower format, it's helpful, but right now all I need Lancer to do is to recycle things like Dupe Frog and Swap Frog and Slushies back in the grave. I don't need Poison Draw Frog to add on to that. I really don't. As nice as it have, I can't even rely on Lancer right now because I can't search it anymore. So it's out of the deck completely. 1 tech, I have Flip Flop Frog in order to be a non-targeting mained answer to a lot of stuff like Ophion and Kaiko and Jowgen, things that are problems, and just as a nice searchable option for those, as well as just the 7th Frog for Ronin Totem. We have 3 Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, like I said before. Obviously, they still do what they did last time. Nothing's really changed there. 3 Sea Lancer. Of course, you're going to be running 3. It's a recycle engine. It's an advantage engine in its own right. It's a tough monster to get rid off the board. Run 3. 3 Slushy. Nah. Of course, you'd run 3. You run either 0 or 3. If you run 2, it's pointless and you're wasting deck space, obviously. 2 Poseidra. I think I had 3 last time. I've gone down to 2. At first, when I went down to 2, I could not see it, and I went back up to 3. Then I decided to keep trying 2, and I went back down to 2. And since then, I've actually been able to do it. With 2 of these, and Tidal's Effect, and Foolish Burial, I have easy access to it. I wouldn't go down to 1. I know some of the people have been trying 1, and I think that's too crazy. I have too much deck space invested in Slushy, for this to fail on me. Or like my first one gets bottomless, and then if I only have the 1, then I'm stuck until I have a Lancer. 2 Max C. As much as I still don't like hand traps. I really don't. I'd rather be just running regular traps. But the way things are shaping up for Nationals, I feel like I'm going to need it. Just against a lot of things. Just to give me enough advantage to fight back the next turn. So we'll see. 1 Gores. Some people have suggested taking Gores out. I don't agree. I think Gores is still too good, even with Ophion running around. I still keep using it. It still wins games. I don't really have anything else to say. 1 Veiler. I had to. I traded 1 for Breakthrough Skill. I should be getting another Breakthrough Skill, so this will become a Breakthrough Skill, hopefully for Nats. I just ordered it, so it should be here by the time I should go to Nats. So hopefully this will be a Breakthrough Skill. I'd rather it be a Breakthrough Skill in order to deal with Ophion and Jowgen and Kaiko and stuff like that. On my turn, anyway. Onto the spells, we have 2 Gold Circs. Obviously, to search Tidal or to search Swap Frog if you need that Swap Frog really badly. Search any card in the deck. Really, mostly just for Tidal and Swap Frog. 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Monsterborn, no Dark Hole, no MSTs. I side the MSTs anyway, but because I feel like I don't need a main right now. I'd rather just kind of burn through any traps that are problem, except outside of randomly just pecking at the back row, hoping I hit something. But yeah, a couple tech spells. I run 1 Foolish Burial, like I said. It's helpful. It's really been helpful. I was kind of against it at first, and then I've been using it like really effectively. Get that Phasidra Engrave, get Pinpoint Mill, anything I need. Basically, consider it an extra water for Swamp Frog. Consider it that way, in a lot of cases. Then I have 1 Burial from the Different Dimension, a recent add, but I think a necessary one, because without my extra access to Lancer like I had before with Sangan, and with the added banishment of Tidal, my banish zone, or whatever you want to call it, gets really big. Last locals I went to, I basically had a banish zone that was at least 20 cards, something like that, and it looked twice the size of my graveyard. And I still did not have a Lancer. I was just waiting to draw an answer. So I need kind of a one-shot graveyard recycler just to put those slushies back in, put those frogs back in, put Tidal food back in, whatever have you. I've done tons of duels with the new deck, and I feel like I need it. It's so hard to get to Lancer right now. So if I could run 6 Lancer, I'd do it, but I can't because it would break the rules. All right, on to traps. We have 3 Waboku. Recent add. I feel like it's a good one. I'm running Waboku specifically because of Flip Flop Frog, so they can attack still. Then I can flip Waboku, and then they can hit Flip Flop Frog. It'll flip, bounce a card, and then I get to keep it, and then set it and flip it next turn. But I felt like a lot of like the Frog players are running Battle Fader and so Scarecrow and stuff like that, and that makes sense. But I mean, I run the traps, so it's a little different. But I feel that Waboku is a nice bait card, as well as, preventing you from being OTK'd by dragons and whatnot. But it's been good so far. It's been really helpful. 2 Compulse, just to deal with lots of things. 2 Torrential. 2 Bottomless. 1 breakthrough skill that will change to a second one, like I said. Effect Veiler will probably change that one. And that's it for the main deck. I'm going on to the extra. Okay. We have my rank 2 suite, as per usual. 3 Gotchi. 2 Phoenix. 1 Elf. 2 Dark Mist. It's pretty much unchanged for months. But the only thing I've changed recently was a few months ago I went down to 2 Shining Elf when I needed more extra decks, when I needed to open up extra deck space for 7s. Really, that's it. That's all the change I've made to the actual rank 2 suite. Everything else I use. I've used Augusta Phoenix recently. I've been using Gotchi mostly, and Dark Mist actually about as much as I use Phoenix, or even more so recently, but obviously Phoenix still wins games, just if you can know TK, but Gotchi's still the champion. Still run 3 of them. Anyone who's considering running 1 Dark Mist, don't. Seriously. You'll regret it. Unless you really, really need the extra deck space. Run 2. I find I go into the second one a lot. 1 Tyrus, just, if I have 2 5s, 2 Lancers. That's pretty much the only reason why I run that one. 2 Biscayo still, as I still don't have a big eye. I still have a Dragossack. I might be able to borrow 1 for Nats. I'll let you know if I do in the after video and see tell you how it went. But right now, Biscayos is my my 1 option for 7, or my 1 good option. I mean, I have Gaia Dragon as well, and Lucky Straight, which I personally like. But obviously, it's not a standard 7 as it's 3. It's really only for special occasions. Right now I have a Scrap Dragon and a Crimson Blader still in there, because as long as the Spec Veiler is still in there, I'm still going to want these two. But if I end up losing them, I don't really know what I'm going to replace it with. I'll have to figure that out. Probably just some sort of filler cards, or like I said, the Dragosacker Big Eye, provided I get them. Onto my current side deck, which I think is going to be the finalized version I bring there. We have one Chaos Hunter in order to deal with both Prophecy and Dragon Ruler's Banishment. That doesn't hurt me. Two Puppet Plants, deal with the Random Warrior decks and Prophecy, as well as it can steal Big Eye, so that's always an option. Two Electrovirus to deal with Dragon Rulers, and as well as it can steal Dragosacks as well. Like I said, I side them. I side 3 MST and 1 Twister. Deals with Macro, deals with Royal Decree, stuff like that. Stuff I need off the field. And I side, as well as with the Chaos Hunters, I side 2 Imperial Iron Walls. Now, that may seem like a really weird option for frogs, especially, but you have to consider, I consider like using this like the way that we used to use Royal Oppression in decks that special summon a bunch. You'd make sure you'd have a really good setup field, then set the Oppression, and then flip it on their turn, and the opponent can't fight back. So that's essentially what I'm going to do. Is like I make some good field, with maybe like a Biscayos or a Lancer with a bunch of equips. Then I flip Imperial Iron Wall, and then it's really just for Dragon Rulers and Prophecy, and like the Priestess. Even though the Priestess builds are actually falling off the wayside. The one thing I fear from Prophecy the most is Fate. It gets around Gotchi, it gets around Lancer, and it banishes everything I need. And so honestly, being able to prevent them from paying for Fate or banishing anything is really good. And so being able to do this against either of those decks is really good. 2 goes in match, deals with Dragon Rulers, deals with certain decks. I can go all water if I need to. Being able to not like rank 2 is kind of kind of hurts me. But if I'm siding in goes in match, it's because it hurts you more. 2 Divine Wrath. I still side them. I like it. I still think it works really well. That's about it on that. And that's it for my side deck. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I will post a follow-up video to Nats to see how I did. If I scrub, I may do some Battle Pack 2 tournaments, provided if they have them. I hope they do, because I actually haven't had a chance to play any Battle Pack tournaments, and I'd like to do that. But after the Nats FOB video, I will be actually playing other decks finally, because I've been playing this deck mostly to test out Tidal and while waiting for stuff. But my Tidal Lantian deck is I finally have all the pieces because Crane came out. So I'll be doing that profile very soon. Maybe before Nats, we'll see if I have time, or if I feel like it. This is KS 87, out.